Ty, David was just in here talking about, the process of how you guys are defending Jamal when Nikola is off the floor, and obviously, sending a lot of bodies to him. What has been kind of your guys' mentality in terms of containing him and knowing that he's the go-to guy when Joker is off the floor?
Yeah, we know how dangerous he is and how dangerous he can be, and so with Joker's passing ability, it's kind of hard to, put 2 on the ball, 3 on the ball, and, let Jokic make the play, and so when he's off the floor, we try to do different things to try to make him play in the box, not let him get comfortable. And, we've been able to do a good job of that. But we still got to be ready to go because he's going to be in attack mode, and we got to be ready.
Ty, a couple coaches in these playoffs have just kind of played their starters the whole second half. Like, they just rode everybody. I think Adelman did that the last game. JJ did that with the Lakers the other game. Would you ever leave your guys out, especially as the series wears on and these are the games you got to win?
Whatever it takes. And I respect him for that. Like, whatever it takes to win tonight, and you worry about tomorrow. And so if it gives you your best chance to win, then that's what you got to do, and that's what you got to do.
Do you feel like you're, like, especially guys like Kawhi who are kind of managing stuff all year, are they able to do that?
I don't think that'd be smart, but, we'll see when the time comes.
Ty, 2 things. One, same starting lineup for Game 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And just looking at, you guys got here yesterday, practice yesterday. Like, how do you feel like that extra time in LA, the practice yesterday, kind of gives your team an advantage as opposed to possibly getting here earlier, combating the altitude and all that?
We had a chance to have a good film session and get on the floor and have a walkthrough and just, understand what we got to clean up and be better at. And so our guys understand how we want to attack this team, how they're trying to play us as well. And we just got to be better, as far as not getting bored with the process. If they're going to try to take us out of the game, just making the right play. And we can get, pretty much any shot we want. So we got to make sure that we're locked in and understanding how we want to execute.
Coach, your defense has been outstanding throughout the series. I'm wondering, you play some zone. I'm wondering how you feel the zone has been effective for you.
Well, last game was the first time we played zone, and it was pretty good in that fourth quarter. I think it just caught them by surprise because they are pretty good against the zone, especially with Jokic on the floor, catching the ball at the elbow or at the nail and making plays. But just something I wanted to throw out there, and being down 22, just wanted to kind of see what they would run, how they would run it, and then that way we can have a gauge how we want to defend it if we have to happen to do it again.
Coach, somehow they're 8-0 when Russ hasn't played, and David said he's still questionable. How are they different when he's on the court, available to play, and when he doesn't play?
I don't know about the record, but Russ brings that energy, brings a defensive mindset, able to push the ball, attack, get into the paint, and like I say, he's been really good for them defensively all year.
Ty, in a series that has been so low tempo both ways, how do you get the game to be sped up on both ends for you guys and to speed them up on the defensive end for you?
I think for us, like I said, on misses, when we get steals, we got to get out in transition and run faster, play faster. That's what we want to do. That's how we want to attack, but we haven't been, running as fast as we want to. And like I said, because it could be guys are, tired doing those spurts because you are playing so hard defensively. And then, trying to get out in transition, we're not really running as fast as we need to. And I think defensively, I'll keep that to myself.
Ty, with the series tied 2-2, what's your message to your team for this game?
Getting out to better starts, having an attack mentality on both sides of the floor, getting out to a better start. Understand we got to take care of the basketball. We can't turn the ball over early. We can't give them offensive rebounds early. And it's been tough because, they're bigger than us, on the perimeter. So when Zoo's playing Joker at the three-point line, shot goes up, you have Gordon, you have Porter, who are bigger than our guys. So we just got to make sure we come back, gang rebound, and if we do that, we'll be in good shape.
Ty, last time we were here, James Harden gave a fairly memorable quote about you and Jeff Van Gundy. I think he called you the Yin Yang Twins. How do you see the relationship with him, and why do you think he described you guys like that?
No, it's great. I think, JBG is more direct, more serious every single day. And, we can get him to laugh once a day. That's pretty good, And so they understand the difference between me and him. And, I just try to keep it loose and keep it a good environment. But JBG's like more direct, no nonsense.
What's he brought to your staff this
Just, the work. I think the work, you see him in the arena at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, so guys are getting there early as well, and just seeing the work he puts in to be prepared every single day.
Ty, you guys have you have a lot of guys on this roster who've seen a lot in this league, never a buzzer-beating, dunk in the playoffs. What's just been the process the last couple days as far as emotionally kind of stuffing that, throwing it behind you, and refocusing?
For me, I just, told our group that, we didn't play well, and we still, like I said, had a chance to win that game, and we didn't play well at all. And so I think our approach in the first quarter to start the game has to be better. And so you lose on that shot, but at the end of the day, it's really more so about our approach and how we attack the game, especially to start. And we didn't do a good job with that.